Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time doing another Halloween film review, and this one is on Ouija. Now, as you know, Ouija is a 2014 supernatural horror film that, of course, was meant to be its own film until getting a prequel film, Ouija, Origin of Evil, which explains the events of the film. And the best way I can see Ouija is that, yeah, it's got a good idea, there is something interesting, but it falls victim to wasted potential. So the premise of the film is meant to follow Lane Morris, who, after her friend Debbie tragically dies after playing the game Ouija, we kind of see how her and her friends have to kind of come to terms with her so-called death. We kind of see how they kind of look after the house after Debbie's mum leaves. And we do kind of see how Lane and her friends slowly use the whole Ouija board and slowly start to think at first Debbie is trying to contact them until strange stuff starts happening and they learn more truth about what there is. I think at first it starts off good, there's something interesting, there's something amazing that is going to happen, but of course it falls victim to the whole cliche tropes, relying on a weak script, and is relying on minimal deaths. I think the film would have been interesting if it focused on Debbie's potential suicide, her friends trying to use the whole Ouija board to try and find out what really happened, and of course Debbie's ghost kind of killing off her friends one by one, thinking they're responsible for her pain and misery, would have added a bit more of a tragic thing. But no, it kind of relies on the whole evil spirit possessed moment thing. And I think there is a good idea deep down, showing how Lane wants to kind of find closure. And of course, her and her friends start to learn more truths about messing with the item than they should have done. But of course, it falls victim to the whole Hollywood cliche tropes, where they mess with an item they're not supposed to. You kind of got the foreign nanny who kind of learns more truth about the game. You kind of got one of the previous players who kind of betrays them and so forth. And it feels really boring, dull, and not interesting afterwards. I can kind of see where Ouija Origin of Evil was given much more positive reviews when it was released in 2016, and the ending of the film seemed to suggest there would have been a sequel. That obviously was not gonna happen. I think the problem with Ouija, is that it does rely on minimal actors, just relying on a weak script. And I think the worst offender is Olivia Cook for Lane Morris. It sounds like he's trying to sound serious, but a lot of the times he's trying to sound a bit like a sort of weak, sort of tough as nails drill sergeant than an actual teenager. And I wouldn't be surprised if Olivia Cook was just told to read the script and just sounded a little more sterner to play that much more older, more non-serious sibling feel compared to obviously Lane's younger sister, who's kind of a bit of a wild card. So again, Ouija feels like it's something that could have been good, but of course feels victim to the same Hollywood horror tropes we've seen before multiple times. So it definitely deserves 2 thumbs down. Not interesting, not good, just starting off good until falling victim to every supernatural horror trope that damages the film badly. So, comic book reviewer here, signing out.